At the AHA journals, we are committed to publishing high-quality research and upholding accepted standards of methodological rigor, reproducibility, and transparency. I wouldn't say that's really changed much in the recent years, but how we achieve that mission has. Scientific articles are becoming increasingly complex, and we can't just assume that peer reviewers and editors are going to catch everything without some help. We've become more systematic about how we approach rigor and reproducibility. That's why we require authors, for example, to provide uncut gels and, in many cases, major resource tables. That's why articles go through a separate statistical review, and we're working to expand our technical review process across the portfolio. For many of our journals, technical editors review every manuscript headed to acceptance to help ensure authors are transparent, methods and figures are clear, and appropriate reporting guidelines are followed. Well, one thing that we are always thinking about is that reporting guideline checklists can be a pain for authors to complete, especially if they're filling them out for the first time during submission. So one of the reasons we wanted to go with SciScore is that we can provide that to authors during the revision submission process as a tool to really help them pull out relevant text and highlight what is missing from their methods. We have found that some authors will run it multiple times looking to improve their score and ultimately the clarity of their methods. It is also our hope that highlighting the importance of reporting guidelines and reproducible methods through tools like SciScore, authors won't just consider these aspects when they're submitting their manuscript to a journal, but really factor in rigor, reproducibility, and transparency from the very beginning of their research project. So when they're submitting to the journal, this is just almost an afterthought. The more that these requirements, expectations, and tools like SciScore become broadly accepted, the easier it's just going to be for everyone. Yeah, we always encourage the use of persistent identifiers like DOIs, of course, and ORCIDs and RIDs. I mean, half the battle is making sure that we're all talking about the same thing, and that's especially true with research materials. For example, knowing exactly which reagent was used and where it was from can help save a lot of time for editors, reviewers, and readers. I think over the last 5 years, the AHA journals and others have focused on raising awareness about these issues, about reporting guidelines and major resource tables, for example, and about tools like SciScore and projects like the RID initiative, and about the importance of transparency and citing all elements of a research project like code and data and materials. We'd like to get to a place where all of these items are as expected and as common in articles as reference lists, for example. We're not there yet, but we're making progress. And what I'd like to see in the next 5 years is for us to do a better job surfacing those elements for authors for readers and researchers that need them. A reproducible article is a useful article and an impactful article. And we want to make sure that process is really straightforward for authors. Ultimately, we want authors to be proud to publish in an AHA journal.